Don Quinn calmed it up. By the time they got him to the hospital, Don Quinn went into surgery. He was in surgery for 3 or so hours. By the time he come out, and he goes, "When are they going to do my surgery?" And the doctor said, "We already did it, sorry." And that's how quick they were. And he does. He says he owes his life to the Erlanger E&Fs, and us, especially that young man that he was talking about, because he said they kept him calm enough that he didn't have another one on the way to the hospital. But when they got him to the hospital, they wheeled him right in. They took him right in. So, and he does want to thank the city of Erlanger because he lives right behind what he calls the Eiffel Tower out here. Anybody knows Don Quinn? But he just, you know, he just can't say enough. He just says thank him. They think he saved his life twice. So.
Don Quinn has been a friend of many of ours for years and years and years, and it's good that we're able to help him.
Yep.
It's very good. Thank you. Any other correspondence? Now's the time we have on our agenda for citizens' public comments. We only have one signed up tonight, our Deputy Judge Executive and former Mayor of the City of Taylor Mill, and our good friend Mark Kreinborg. Mark, the podium is yours.
Thank you, Mayor and council members. Glad to be here this evening. First of all, I just want to say Patty grew up in Taylor Mill, and I had no idea that her husband passed away, and my condolences to her because I'm really sorry to hear that, and my heart goes out to her and her family. She was one of the Winstons in Taylor Mill there, so I'm very sorry to hear that. I want to start with a couple compliments to Chief Fields. There's been a situation that came up that was brought to my attention that I approached Chief Fields. He was actually out of town, but Mr. Wilson, Lieutenant Wilson, is it, worked with me on it with another agency, and they're currently working on that, and they're doing an excellent job, and they've been very great to work with, and I just appreciate everything that you and your department are doing on that. It's just first class. And I attend a lot of the fire chiefs meetings. Acting Chief Shulkers is there and has his input. He does a great job, and I appreciate what you've done there too. So I just want to thank you. You've got some great people here, and I appreciate that. So. And on a business, the main reason I'm here tonight is on a very positive note. Judge Arlinghouse and I have been making rounds to the different cities throughout our term. And, I know there's been a lot of discussions back and forth about dispatch and things. We haven't really been here in person to talk to you about the county and different things, but basically this is just a call this evening to you all that we want to be able to work with you in the future to help with anything that might be of any help to your residents or the services you provide or the well-being. We've worked with the City of Covington with the Greenway Trails and help them in collaboration with them. We're working right now to help the City of Villa Hills with their police situation. They have 2 of their police officers on leave for surgeries and different things. And we just want you to know that we're here for you, and we want to work with you in any way we can, just to be, you know, part of good neighbors. But your residents are Kenton County residents. So if we can help you in any way, we're helping Kenton County residents. And that's basically why I'm here this evening. We just want to let you know that we're here to work with you. If you have any questions or if you have any problems, Judge Arlinghouse's door is always open. He's never turned down anybody for an appointment to come see him. You can call him. He'll give you his personal cell phone number. My door is always open. You can call me and come see me or whatever. But you know, we want to work with you. And if there's anything we can do in a collaborative way to help with your residents as far as better services or better quality of life, you know, if at all possible, we want to help you with that. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer your questions, but that's why I'm here tonight, just to let you know we want to work with you and we'll be here for you.
Thank you, Mark. You're always welcome here.
When I came in, you said you're in enemy territories. I hope that's not true, because we want to be friends. So.
I'm kidding with you.
I know you are.
I will tell you this, a couple other things. At the mayor's group, the judge and other folks there were highly complimentary of the job, Steve, and the chief that you all did with the transition. They said the Erlanger PSCC was completely professional and answered any question and is working with the county dispatch in every possible way, and that's great. The second thing is, as Mark had indicated, the City of Villa Hills went through a tough time here recently. They got a lot of tough times, but this tough time had to do with the fact that they had 2 policemen go out on work comp and the third one resigned, and they only have 7 or 8. So they were down and they were in big trouble, and the county police stepped in to help patrol the city. People were saying the county's taking over. No, they weren't. They were filling in, helping the city of Villa Hills, and the judge made it clear on Saturday that any city, now we're big enough that we don't have that problem, but any city with smaller departments that goes through something like that, that's one of the reasons why you're paying taxes, to support the county police department. And they're there to help, so we appreciate that.
Thank you, Mayor. That's one of the things that when Steve was running for office, he wanted to bring, there was some division back then. I mean, and he wanted to bring unity between the cities and the county. And I have to compliment, too, I know I'll echo what Judge Arlinghouse said, that your staff has been great as far as working with us on that. Greg Engelman's been great working with us, too, and we just appreciate everything that you all have done. So
Now, I'm going to make Greg, he doesn't know it yet, but he's going to the mayor's group in September because they're going to be talking with the county, the fiscal court, about the collection of fees and taxes, that the service that they do, and programs and that sort of thing. And Greg's been involved with meetings with them, and they can help the fiscal court representatives discuss that issue. So, you know, we're working.
Yeah.
We're working.
I was at the city of Fort Wright a while back, and I told them the same thing. And the next day I got a call from Gary Huff, their city administrator, and said, Mark, we do need help. And we worked it out and got it taken care of. And I'm serious. If you've got questions, you've got problems, whatever, call me. And I want to work with you. I'm going to help you out. So.
Well, while Mark's standing there, I don't know if you know this or not, Missy just told me, our neighbor, Doug, from the city of Edgewood, Doug Beckham, who's a city administrator of Edgewood, he was in a wreck, car wreck, and he's in trouble. They think maybe a stroke or something like that. I don't know for sure, but he's having a hard time. And we're all wish the city of Edgewood well. We wish, of course, him complete health, and we will all, as well as with the fiscal court, help the city of Edgewood any way necessary. Absolutely. While they're going through this, because I think the city clerk is going out of town for training tomorrow, so they're going to be short-staffed over there. But, you know, we're all thinking about Doug.
Not records today?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm telling you, you've got the best attorney in Northern Kentucky sitting right there, too.
Yeah. He was your attorney at Taylor Mill, too. So.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Okay, we have bids. I think we do. Mr. Dunhoff, Ms. Skidmore.
Yes, I'm going to be reading those. The first bid was for 2 power load cots. 2 bids were received. Stryker at $28,219, and that is minus the service agreement. And Bound Tree, $29,373.56, and that did not include the price on the service agreement. It is the recommendation of the Fire EMS Department to accept the bid from Stryker for $28,219.
Is that a motion?
Motion.
That is a motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? One down.
The second bid is for a cardiac heart monitor. 1 bid was received. It was from Physio Control for $31,226.80. And it is the recommendation of the Fire EMS Department to accept the bid from Physio Control, and that is in the form of a motion.
Is there a second?
Yes.
Discussion. Mr. Cahill.
Same monitor that you're using?
I remember years ago there was always a member on council, it might have been Mr. Yaden, who kept saying when we had 1 bid.
Yeah, Mr. Hahn.
Was Mr. Hahn? Mr. Hahn, we had 1 bid. The question always was this within the estimate that we expected to pay, or was it too high? Do we need to send it back out for bid? That's the question. So is this, Todd, is this the number is fair as what you all expected? It's already the recommendation, I'm just double checking.
We only have physios, so it's easier just to keep with the same one.
All right.
They are not the only provider out there. Physio, the LifePak 15 does a little bit more than we like.
But the ability to bid was wide open.
Yes, it was.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We got it. Any other bids this evening?
No, sir.
Nothing, Mr. Viance?
No, sir.
All right. Any reports of work in progress?
I got a question.
Yes.
You set up a committee tonight about reviewing the application for the chief.
Yes.
Is somebody going to set that meeting up?
Yes.
Okay.
Missy will be in touch with
Good,
everybody to
thank
set
you.
it up. And also have copies of everything available for everybody.
Good.
And I didn't write fast enough, I'm sorry. Who all did you put on that committee?
Shane's, the three of you and Shane are the council members, and it's Mr. Bogart, Ms. Andrus, Mr. Hahn, and Chief Fields.
Okay.
Yeah, Molly Crew.
Right. Any other work questions or any other work in progress? Is there any new business for the good and welfare of this city? Seeing none, I guess we're doing fine then. Let's go on to legislation. Mr. Wickman.
Yes, sir. Our first ordinance is an ordinance of the City of Erlanger in Kenton County, Kentucky, amending the text of the Erlanger zoning ordinance numbered 1850 to number 1, add multifamily residential dwellings as a permitted use within the BP1 zone, and number 2, allowing automatic changeable copy signs for institutional uses within all zones, and number 3, reducing the residential distance for the application of the operation requirements for outdoor dining from 400 feet to 340 feet.
This is the second reading. Motion should be adopted and order published. Motion by Mr. Burke, second by Mr. Longshore. Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Mr. Dunhoff?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Blankenship?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Skidmore?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Kyle?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Longshore?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Pitts?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Cahill?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Howard?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Cahill?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Burke?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Brown?
Motion carries. All ayes. Mr. Wickman.
It's an ordinance of the City of Erlanger in Kenton County, Kentucky, revising Section 2 of Ordinance 2265 regarding the termination of the employment of non-elected officers of the city. By summary, the ordinance restricts the termination authority of the mayor to some reasonable cause, and it has to be approved by the Erlanger City Council.
That is the first reading.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Wickman.
Next is a municipal order of the City of Erlanger in Kenton County, Kentucky, approving the appointment of Joshua Weiss as a member of the Board of Adjustments for the city to fill the vacancy resulting from the death of Bruce Sudkamp.
And this is can be a voice vote, can it?
Voice vote is fine.
A motion would be to adopt a municipal order replacing Bruce sadly, on the Board of Adjustments. Motion by Mr. Dunoff, second by Mr. Burke. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Wickman.
Next is resolution number 8/2013-01. It's a resolution authorizing the mayor to make application for and enter into agreements with the Kentucky Office of Homeland Security for a grant for police radios.
Motion would be to adopt this resolution. Motion by Mr. Dunoff. I have to write this down here.
And we need a voice vote. We need a voice
We need
vote.
a roll call on this one,
A
don't we?
roll call vote. Yes,
You
sir.
all have to sign it. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Blankenship. Roll call vote.
Mr. Burke?
Yes.
Mr. Cahill?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Howard?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Cahill? Ms. Pitts?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Longshore?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Kyle?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Skidmore?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Blankenship?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Dunhoff?
Yes, ma'am.
You all make sure you have to sign this, so check with Sherry after the meeting, okay? Next, Mr. Wickman.
Yes, sir. It's a resolution of the City of Erlanger, again, authorizing the mayor to make application for and enter into agreements with the Kentucky Office of Homeland Security for a grant for police MDF equipment.
Do I have that?
I've got two of them, Mayor.
I've got
I've got two
one
forms.
municipal aid co-op program. And
Do you
I've-
have the municipal aid co-op?
I have the municipal aid co-op, I have,
The two are.
here it is, it's underneath here, I'm sorry, it was on the bottom, my bad. This is 08/20/13-03? The one you
Yes.
just read? Okay, very good. Entertain a motion to be adopted. Motion, Mr. Dunhoff. Second by Ms. Kyle. Roll call vote.
Mr. Blankenship.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Skidmore,
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Kyle,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Longshore,
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Pitts,
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Cahill, Mr. Howard,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Cahill,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Burke,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Dunhoff.
Yes, ma'am.
Motion carries. Mr. Wickman.
Final one is a resolution adopting and approving the execution of a municipal aid co-op program contract between the city and the Commonwealth of Kentucky for municipal aid for the fiscal year beginning on July 1, 2013.
Motion be adopt the resolution. Motion by Mr. Blankenship, second by Ms. Pitts. This one doesn't have a place for me to sign, right?
You signed the contract that's attached to it.
That's over here. Okay, very good. Is there any discussion? Roll call vote, because it's here, she's gonna have to put down ayes and nays on here, so you have to answer aye and nay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Mr. Cahill,
Yes, ma'am.
That's not an aye or a nay.
Mr. Howard,
Aye.
Ms. Cahill, Ms. Pitts,
Aye.
Mr. Longshore. Ms. Kyle. Ms. Skidmore.
Aye.
Mr. Blankenship. Mr. Dunhoff.
Aye.
Mr. Burke.
Motion carries all ayes. That brings us to the end of our agenda. I will entertain a motion, we adjourn. Mr. Dunhoff, second by Mr. Longshore. And discussion, all in favor, say aye. 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 Opposed? Thank you all. Good job tonight.